Happy New Year! It's Scorch 335 here from Scorch Bricks, and today we're going to be reviewing all of the LEGO sets from the new LEGO Star Wars 2013 January line. Yeah, got quite a large variety of sets to look at today. Okay, so first we've got the BARC Speeder with sidecar, 226 pieces, ages 7 to 12, £24.99, and it comes with 3 minifigures. Now, I think this set is oh no, sorry, that's incorrect. There's 4 minifigures in that. Sorry, there's 2 commander droids that isn't in that picture. Just noticed. Right, so there's 4 minifigures. So that's not too bad. 4 minifigures. £25 is probably a little bit on the high side for 226 pieces if you've got your 10p per piece thing going. Especially that the ATRT that's just come out has got 222 pieces, and that is at £20 as opposed to 25. With this set, it's pretty good. I mean, are you going to want to get multiples? It's from the Clone Wars, and there were only 2 seen in that scene. So if you were going to get multiples, you'd probably only get 2. The rest of the clones were driving the BARC Speeders. Now, of course, you get 2 commander droids, Obi-Wan Kenobi, which is a new figure, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and a new Phase 2 Clone Wars Captain Rex. Now, there's a lot of mixed feelings about the Captain Rex. Some say he's pretty good. I think he's pretty good, but he's not entirely accurate because he's from the Umbaran series. This was in a different episode, and sort of some of his printing might be a little bit off, and Obi-Wan's legs, you can't really see it in the picture, but they're kind of a different colour to his torso. So that's getting mixed responses, and the commander droids are the same that we got in the battle pack early 2012. But on the whole, it's a pretty good set. Flickfire missile still there, nice features to it. There's sidecar swings around. Next set we've got is the ATRT, which is 222 pieces, as previously mentioned, ages 7 to 12, £19.99, and with 3 minifigures. Debatably, the sniper droidka, which was seen in the Clone Wars, could be seen as a minifigure, but I'm not entirely confident. I tend to think of the minifigures are the sort of human-like creatures. The ATRT, we have had one before, which was £10, and it is, I'm going to say, considerably smaller than this piece count, but it's actually quite shorter. So that's getting mixed feelings. Also, because the ATRT is slightly out of scale, that's also getting a few reactions. But obviously, the scale should be about 2 minifigures height, and it's about 4 or 5. But obviously, to get that much detail in with the size of the LEGO bricks, I think LEGO did a good job in going sort of making it slightly bigger to get it more accurate, because there's a lot of detail, as you can see all through the leg. It's actually quite a nice set, and it's probably one that you will get multiples of, seeing as it's for such a good price. You know, the pieces are less than 10p each, which is good. Decent minifigures. Yoda's okay. The commander droid Captain is pretty good, and obviously you get a new 501st Clone Trooper. Now, I'm not too sure about. I don't know. I think they look pretty good, but the helmets, there's just something about them. I'm not entirely sure, but I think they look pretty good. And a final note would be it's blue, because this is also from the Clone Wars Umbaran series, and they're actually pretty much full blue there. What you could do actually is you could order the blue bricks on Bricklink in another colour and just swap them around. Okay, so this is the Z95 Headhunter, 373 pieces, ages 8 to 14, and it retails at £39.99, and it has 3 minifigures. Now, my initial reaction to this set is it doesn't quite look like 373 pieces. You know, obviously the ARC 170 that came back a few years ago was actually £50, but that looks substantially bigger. My initial reaction to the Headhunter is it looks a bit small for what it is. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm led to believe it's quite a nice looking set. I haven't got one myself yet, although I will be getting one, because of course you get General Crow, a nice 501st clone pilot. Lego did really well on the moulding of that helmet, and another 501st clone trooper. So this is a pretty good army builder, although General Crow, you only really need one of them. He's got a new mould. Looks a little bit funny, a little bit like a beanstalk with arms, but you know, I think Lego did a nice job, and it was nice of them to include it. But again, 3 minifigures for 40 quid's worth of Lego is okay. It's not the best. I mean, they are nice minifigures, especially the clone pilot. There's a lot of new moulds in this. What else can I say? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. It's got good feature. It's got a firing cannon that fires from underneath. It's not seen in this picture. I think, could you get multiples? Yeah, you could probably get multiples. Although at £40 per ship, it's probably quite expensive. I think I'd probably rather prefer getting multiples of the ARC 170 Starfighter. And that, of course, had 4 minifigures, I believe. You don't get an astromech droid in this. That's probably because there isn't an astromech droid slot. But hey. This is the Umbaran MHC Mobile Heavy Cannon, 493 pieces, ages 8 to 14, and it retails at $49.99 with 4 minifigures. Now, this is also obviously from the Umbaran series in the Clone Wars. You get 2 Umbarans, which are pretty good. I mean, the helmets aren't quite right, but yeah, I like them. Nice looking helmets. Ahsoka, the new Ahsoka, which looks excellent actually. Lego have done a nice job on that. Got both of our green lightsabers. Perhaps they could have made one of them shorter. So I know there is the 3-length Lego piece as opposed to the 4-length lightsaber that they used. And the 212 Lego Clone Trooper, Phase 2 armor. Now he is yellow. The 212 is Commander Cody's Legion, and they're supposedly orange. I think the Yellow Legion was the 327th, which was commanded by Commander Bly. So Lego have made a little bit of a mistake there. Not sure if that's just the picture, but that looks yellow to me. But the cannon looks actually pretty solid, and with a 493 piece count for $49.99, that's pretty much on the money. Almost 10 pence per piece, ever so slightly more. But it looks like it's a solid build. It looks like a very nice gun actually. The legs look solid, able to hold it up, and it's not size accurate at all to what it was like in the Clone Wars, but it's a nice size. I believe it's not a bad size. Yeah. Multiples. Will you get multiples? You probably won't. This will probably be a single one, but it's nice, you know. It's a shame that the 312 is yellow like it is, but oh well. Not 212 even. Okay, so the next one is the Clone Troopers versus the Droids Battle Pack. 124 pieces, ages 6 to 12, $11.99, and I put 4 minifigures because, of course, well, the Droids are kind of regarded as minifigures. My first reaction is a battle pack, and it's still £12, which could be seen as good and bad. Good that it hasn't risen it anymore, but £12 is getting a little bit on the high side for battle packs. You know, I remember when battle packs used to be £5 or £10. You know, even if you were to lower the piece count, Lego, yeah, make it a bit cheaper, because obviously it's a good piece count for a £12 set, but obviously if you want to build your army, you don't want to be paying £12, you need £10 probably the maximum, because that's what these are designed for. Also, I'm going to say the Droids are okay. I mean, if they'd have made the set a £20 set and expanded the mobile command post and made the Droids a little better, maybe, yeah, that would have been worth it then. But the Droids just don't look quite right, and they don't roll up. And also, I think they did this last year. They're combining bad guys and good guys in the same set, so you only need to buy one to have a battle sort of thing. I think it was better when, say, if we had one olive green clone, which is the clone sergeant, and 3 clone troopers, because then, you know, I think clone troopers are regarded as the cooler side. and you could really make quite a large army with 4 clones per battle pack. You know, that might make it worth it. So I think LEGO, you should change back to your old ways and put sort of 4 good guys in a pack and 4 bad guys, as opposed to doing 2, 2, and 2 and 2. I know you get different varieties of battle packs that way, but I think I prefer it when there are 4 of each side per battle pack. The second battle pack of 2012 is the Republic Troopers vs Sith Troopers battle pack. Now, this is the third Knights of the Old Republic LEGO set. It's got 63 pieces, ages 6 to 12, 11.99, and 4 minifigures. Now, although, well, 2 of the Republic Troopers helmets are a new mould, but 63 pieces for £12 is 20 pence per piece basically, and that's pretty bad. I think it's a good principle. I'm not really in the know with the Old Republic, so I'm not really sure about these characters, but you know, they look pretty decent. There's a nice different design of a speeder actually we haven't seen before, and obviously one's got a heavy gun, one of the Republic Troopers. Now they do look very nice. I personally won't be making an army out of them, but you could easily make quite a few platoons out of them. It's a little bit expensive for what it is, I think. Yeah, you know, 20 pence per piece is pretty shocking. They're nice minifigures, but I definitely don't think it's worth £12. You might disagree, of course. You might really want some Republic Troopers and Sith Troopers. And what is good about this is its infantry units. Well, I'm not sure what the rankings are of the Sith Troopers, but they're both infantry units, whereas the Clone Trooper battle pack, you've got a Clone Sergeant. You've got the same ratio of Clone Sergeants to Clone Troopers, whereas this one you've got all soldiers. So, you know, you've got a large amount of soldiers and not a large amount of officers. You know, you'll get officers from elsewhere, say the Fury class Interceptor. You might be able to use those 2 as officers, with these as your soldiers. Next, we've got a completely out of the blue set, which I didn't even realise was coming up. It was called the Battle of Hoth. 426 pieces, ages 8 to 14. 39.99, 6 minifigures. Now, I was surprised because I didn't know this set was coming out. You know, you get it says 2 Luke Skywalkers in the picture, but you only get 1. So that's a missed picture. There is General Raikkonen behind him, 2 Rebel Troopers, Tauntaun, Probe Droid, and 2 Snow Troopers. This looks like it should be more money. It's excellently priced. You know, there are 426 pieces, which should be about £42.60. So it's actually cheaper than that. It's got 6 minifigures. Now, the only other 6 minifigure set that comes to mind is the Malevolent, and of course that was £100. So this is £60 cheaper. I think this is a really nice set. You've got you know, Tauntaun and a Probe Droid for both sides, Speeder, a nice gun, repeating gun, a couple of trenches, and a nice, yeah, a dish turret for the rebels, and a snow speeder. It is a really nice set. I really like this set. This was a really pleasant surprise, because although I enjoy the Clone Wars sets, this one you could almost think of it as a battle pack. The only reason you wouldn't get multiples is because of General Raikkonen and Luke Skywalker. Obviously, you only want 1 each of them. But as a standalone set, it's a very good set for £40. You know, it caters for all ages, for the collectors and for the kids, because obviously it's got loads of playability. Because it's basically selling you, that's what it is, the Battle of Hoth, the battleground of Hoth. And I was really impressed with this set. It's a really nice set. The snow speeder is exactly the same, but that's alright, because obviously if you've already got a snow speeder, there's little tweaks, and you've got more. Rankle Pit. Now, this, like Jabba's Palace, carries an appalling price for what it is. 380 pieces at £60, ages 8 to 14. 3 minifigures, and I've put plus Rancor and Skeleton because they're not really minifigures. You know, £60 for a 380 piece set is shocking. Jabba's Palace was 717 pieces, and that was 120. So it's almost double. Both of them are almost double what they should be. you know, and the fact that this set is basically 4 pillars and a gate and a rancor, and they're charging you £60 for it on Amazon. That's the same price as the Sith Fury class interceptor's going for now. Yeah, I was disappointed in the price range of this set. I don't think I'll be getting this one. It's a shame because the Rancor looks pretty good, but it's just such a high price. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and 3 minifigures. You only get 3 minifigures. Now I understand it's supposed to go with it links onto Jabba's palace, so obviously you can't have any repeat minifigures. But you could have 2 Gamorrean guards. You could have, I don't know. Well, Boba Fett came with a skiff. I don't know, there must be someone that's missing at Jabba's palace, maybe another bounty hunter or something. But it's, you know, skeleton could be regarded as a minifigure. I don't really think so. This has got to be probably the worst one from January. It's quite a disappointment actually. It's the price. The price is what does it for people, because £60. You know, I think you'd rather get a mobile heavy cannon or the Battle of Hoth and the ATRT for the same price. You know, loads more pieces, you know, over 200 more pieces, and you're getting more minifigures as well. Okay, now we go on to the Awing Starfighter, which is 177 pieces, ages 7 to 12, and $24.99 with 3 minifigures. Now, the first reaction to this set, well, especially mine were, there are a lot of stickers, but 177 pieces for £25 set. Maybe, you know, if it's got less pieces than both the Speeder and Sidecar and the ATRT, it should be $19.99. We've had an A-Wing before, standalone A-Wing, and that was £10, and that came with 2 figures, I believe, and that had a little, you know, hangar car sort of thing. With a ladder to get up to the A-Wing, and that was a similar size with, I can't remember the piece count exactly, and that was a nice price set. And of course A-Wing is a starfighter that you might want to get multiples of, but of course it has Admiral Akbar, and to be fair, he's quite a rare figure, so this is quite a good way of getting him. And Han Solo, which you don't really want multiples of, so he's a single hero. He's Solo. Yeah, so they've got some nice models, and they've obviously got this new Rebel pilot, and he's got a very nice looking helmet. That could be coming in a lot of use, and that's a lovely looking figure, which is why I'm inclined to say it is a very good set, because it's got, you know, obviously the Admiral Akbar, which is quite hard to get hold of. It only came in the Mon Calamari set, the Mon Calamari Home 1 set, and printed legs for Han Solo, printed back. I'm not sure. The Rebel pilot looks very nice, and the Starfighter doesn't look bad. It looks, it's a high degree of quality, and that's obviously from the movies, so from a collecting point of view it's a pretty good set. Now we go on to the planet sets, and this is the first one, Jedi Starfighter and Camino. 61 pieces, ages 6 to 12, $9.99, and 1 minifigures. LEGO have kept the price the same as they usually do. We're on Series 3 now, and I'm pretty happy that they've kept the price. It's, you know, 61 pieces for a £10 set is bad, but it's not really that bad considering you get a massive planet, and those molds must be quite expensive because, well, throughout LEGO, this is the only where I know that they use them. It is a good looking starfighter, and I was really impressed with R4P17 that you get with the planet, and he looks quite nice. Yeah, that's a new figure, because I don't think there was a full red head R4P17 before. I quite like this. I think this is probably my favourite, if not second favourite, of the Planet series. I might get this one. I wasn't one for collecting the Planet series before, but I might get that one. And I might also get this one, the Republic Assault Ship and Coruscant. 74 pieces, ages 6 to 12, and it retails at £9.99 with 1 minifigure. The 1 minifigure is the Clone Trooper, the new Clone Trooper with the new design, which is nice. It's obviously not a way to build your army, because if you're paying £10 for one trooper, it's gonna be pretty expensive army. Coruscant, which is nice, especially for you brick filmers out there. It's quite a key planet to use, and you get a nice new version of the assault ship. In fact, I don't think we've ever had one before. I think they've all been mockers that have made them. So it's a nice looking assault ship from Lego, and I think I'm definitely going to get this one because it looks good. If the Starfighter isn't my favourite, it's going to be this one because it looks really good, and it's got 74 pieces, slightly higher pieces than the previous one. It's it looks like a good set. And finally, the last Planet Series set is the TIE Bomber and Asteroid Field, 60 pieces, ages 6 to 12, £9.99, and 1 minifigure. My initial reaction is, well, Lego, you're running out of ideas if you've come up with the Asteroid Field, but it's not actually that bad. Obviously I'm struggling to grasp the fact that I don't think you can make a planet loads of asteroids. I think what they should have done is made it an asteroid, or perhaps not done the planet and put in a load of rocks and said they were asteroids, because I think they could have got away with that. You get a nice TIE pilot, he looks good, and the TIE Bomber as it is a pretty good looking mini model. This has got 60 pieces, which is one piece lower than the Starfighter, and it is the lowest piece count for a planet set, but nonetheless all the planet sets look pretty good, I think. Now here we have a table I've put together of, on the left we've got all the names of the models, and then the minifigures, the price, the pieces. Now if it's displayed in red it's more than 10 pence per piece, if it's displayed in green it's less than 10 pence per piece. The multi-quantity column I'll come on to later, and the era. Okay, first we'll look at the minifigures column, and I look down, and the one that really jumps out, there's a lot of 3s and 4s going on. The one that really jumps out is actually one of the, not the most expensive, is the Battle of Hoth, which is again one of the good sets. It's also highlighted in green in the second column. We've got 3 greens this time. We usually don't have as many, but we've got quite a lot this time. Obviously some have come very close, like the Umbaran, MHC, the BARC Speeder with sidecar is pretty close, and the Z95 Headhunter is pretty close. But yeah, we've done pretty well for piece count this time round, so I was pretty happy with that. The multi-quantity column is, would you get more than one of this set? And the ones I've put no by is the Rankle Pit, all the Planet Series I don't think you get multiples of, unless of course you like the mini models. The Battle of Hoth you wouldn't, and the Umbaran and MHC. All the others you would. BARC Speeder of sidecar, put a few. ATRT you might get quite a lot of them actually. Z95 Headhunter is quite expensive to do, but you might do. Obviously the 2 battle packs you would, and the Awing Starfighter you might be inclined to. And finally, on the right side you've got the era, and my initial reaction was, wow, there's a lot of Clone Wars sets, but if you actually look at it, there's quite a lot of episode 6, 2s and 5s. Sorry, that episode V at the bottom's 5. There's only 4 Clone Wars sets. My top 3 is going to be the Clone Troopers vs Droids. It's a nice set, there's new pieces in it. It could have been number 1. It has such great potential because obviously the piece count is excellent. I think if it had had 2 more Clone Troopers as opposed to the Droids, it would have been excellent. ATRT is pretty decent. Yeah, maybe if you didn't have Yoda or you had another Clone Trooper, it could have been made more multiple. I think it could have done better. The Battle of Hoth actually is pretty faultless for me. Obviously it's not a multi-set that you'll get, but you know, it's a pretty good price, good, excellent brick count, and a large number of minifigures. It's a really nice set, and I was really genuinely happily surprised for that. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, enjoy the LEGO sets of January 2013 even. Yeah, this is a pretty good, I think it's a pretty good range of sets. There are some faults, but I think LEGO have done a really good job this year. Really good job. And thanks for watching. A like is really appreciated. Comment saying your favourite. Who knows, we might even get a poll going and see which is the best model. Anyway, thank you for watching, Happy New Year, and goodbye.